Thursday, a beautiful Thursday afternoon. Rieger in the house. What the hell's going on with the updates this week? When's my turn at the plate? Seems like everybody else is doing updates at this place. And Reegs walks out. I was going to bring him in on the Cabrera stuff. Okay, to hell with it. This guy's unbelievable. I was going to bring in, I'll tell you what. Why don't you just come back at 3? I was going to bring in, you blew me off. No, you don't get to come on the mic now. That's that. You blew me off.
You're a reveling.
We'll see you at 3 o'clock. Bated breath for that update. But the Cabrera stuff, the other day, obviously, the comments he made. I don't know where you guys are at with it. I'm not going to go crazy about it. You know how I feel. Just don't go to the media and use things like underappreciated or in any way, shape, or form say things that could be interpreted that you're going after the fans. Just don't do it. Whether you mean it or not, whether it was planned or not, just don't do it. But today, I don't know where to go with this, and I have to tell you, I have a great amount of respect and trust for Hatchet and Sully as it pertains to topics. Not Roberto, because Roberto didn't care about sports, and he's a pervert. The point is, I'm sorry, but you're a bit creepy. But my thing is, when Mike and David both say, Mike, we really need to do this, and I go, fellas, I don't think it's that big of a deal, I listen to them. So we're leading with this because these two, I walked in, Sully was lurched over, fully aroused. Hatchet just could not stop talking about this. I go, fine, we are going to talk about this. David Sampson on CBS Sports HQ, Cabrera wanted us to bring him back home to Miami, but we couldn't. Well, right, because you're a bunch of cheap asses, and B, the Tigers had no reason to get rid of him. But let me read you, well, I'll tell you what, I don't need to read you the quote, do I? You can just play the audio?
Yeah, let's just play it.
Here is the audio of this, and then I want to work our way through this, because in talking with Evan Jenkins, our webmaster, apparently people are killing Miguel. I'm just maybe out to lunch on this, but go ahead.
But for Miguel, what I feel badly about is that he's stuck in Detroit. He always wanted to come back to Miami. Every time I'd see him over the years at All-Star games, hey, I'm ready to come home. Hey, I'm ready to come home. And we just didn't have the payroll capacity, didn't have the ability. He signed the extension because who wouldn't when offered that amount of money that early? But you knew that that was not going to work out well for the Tigers. What he didn't realize and what the Tigers didn't realize is that the owner, Mike Ilitch, would pass away, and his son, Chris Ilitch, was going to take his time and actually do what's right and rebuild the team. But there's nothing they can do with Miguel right now.
All right, so now that's created, no, not a firestorm. That would be, that'd be hyperbole to say that. My point is, it's created a lot of reaction. Now, what exactly is wrong with what Sampson said? First of all, understand it's not Cabrera's words. So I had a problem with this from the start. Sampson can say whatever he wants. He's unemployed. He's not a Marlins exec anymore. And it's not Miguel saying it. So understand it's going to be a tempered response from me. 2, what is it, a shock to you that Miguel wants to go to Miami or would rather play in Miami? Look, you bought Miguel's loyalty. That's what you do in professional sports. It's what you do with jobs. You think everybody who works in Metro Detroit wants to work in Metro Detroit? No. A lot of companies have to pay people to come here. You bribe people, essentially. You tell them, here's what we're offering you because we know you don't want to be in Detroit. You did that. You do that with athletes all the time. You offered Miguel Cabrera an extension that nobody could say no to. So why be surprised that, he always would be fond of going to Miami? Now, again, Sampson says, I feel badly that he's stuck in Detroit. He always wanted to come back. I don't feel bad for Miguel. I understand it's going to get very sad, but like right now, no, I can't feel bad for someone making $50,000 in it back. But there is a theme here about Miguel not feeling appreciated here. There's a theme that maybe he's not satisfied with the way he's being treated. You could have a conversation with that, but I will need Sully and Hatchet and perhaps you, the listeners, to explain to me what exactly is the big deal here. Let me throw the number out, 248-539-9797. Go ahead. What am I missing?
Well, I think this is just another example of Miguel Cabrera coming out and expressing how he doesn't want to be here.
Mike.
Again. No, I'm not, Mike. I'm not sitting here up in arms and screaming about it. I'm not. But this is yet again another example of Miguel Cabrera showing that he doesn't want to be in Detroit. Using the word stuck here, not him, but the president of the Marlins, saying Cabrera feels stuck here.
He's on a terrible baseball team. He's stuck. That's it. That's not a big deal.
But he's also making $31 million a year. I realize if people say, hey, it sucks to watch Miguel Cabrera play bad baseball. He was so good. I don't want to see him play bad at the end of his career. Totally get it. But the whole sympathy train of, pity party, feel bad for me. I'm here in Detroit. I'd rather be in Miami. People don't want to hear that.
But it's common sense. This doesn't change my opinion of him. This doesn't change what he has or hasn't done for this franchise. It doesn't alter my opinion. Oh, my God, the man would love to go play in Miami, considering if he's going to be on a bad team, he may as well enjoy his life.
This sounds like it wasn't just that, though. This isn't just, the Tigers started the rebuild, so now he wants to be in Miami. According to what this guy's saying, it's years and years and years ago, all-star games. Back when the Tigers were good, he was saying this, it sounds like. So this is just an issue of him never really seemingly wanting to be here in Detroit.
Mike, I'd hate to break it to you, but I don't think any athlete wants to be here, okay? Like, wake up, dude. It takes a special bird to want to be in Detroit. Like, no disrespect, but, like, that's reality. That's the reality we operate in. It's the same reality that Indianapolis or Milwaukee or Cleveland or Buffalo or Pittsburgh operates in. It takes a special bird. And there ain't that many special birds in the sky. The only reason these guys tolerate playing in Detroit, and that's exactly what most athletes do, they tolerate it, is the money. They're not in it for a long time. They got a 10-year earning window if they're lucky. Bite your lip, make your money, never come back to this place. You think Cabrera will ever come back to this place when he's done? No. That's not a big deal to me.
It is to me when you hear a guy saying, I don't want to be here because, I'm sorry, this is Detroit. This is a hardworking town.
Oh, God,
and people will factor the money into it and say that, what do you mean you feel underappreciated? Go out there and do your job, Miguel Cabrera.
Now,
and
that part I understand.
And the fact that, yes, okay, so he didn't say it, but I very well doubt that he didn't allow or let this guy say this without his permission. Okay?
Oh, David, you need no, wait a minute. Time out. I'll give you all the time you need to speak. You know that. But, David, wait a second. Don't for a second act like people don't go out and make comments.
Oh, I'm not.
Not like he had a permission slip.
No, I'm
not. Hey, Miguel, I'm going to go on some garbage dump show called CBS HQ.
No, but here's the thing.
And say this.
Here's the thing. It's about timing. He already talked to the Detroit media and basically said how he's underappreciated and all this stuff. And now all of a sudden this comes out a day or two later when he's now in Seattle and he doesn't have to deal with it with the Detroit media.
Well, but that's because David Sampson is probably responding to what Miguel said the other day. That's all that is.
I just have a feeling that he knew this was coming out from this David Sampson.
Well,
okay?
All right, Oliver Stone.
That's what I'm believing. But the fact that you just don't want, I don't want to hear him say this.
All right, let me ask
I just
people.
don't.
Are we seeing a shift in how you feel about Miguel Cabrera? Is Cabrera hurting himself with the comments the other day? And then again, David Sampson makes these remarks today. I refuse to go into a panic and get into a foaming at the mouth stage over this.
It's something new every day, though. And look,
it's two things.
But if you want to say that, okay, on premise, would you rather live in Miami than Detroit? Look, I get it. But at the same time, to have multiple comments come out about how he's underappreciated, how the fans here don't want him, the fans here are mean.
Answer my question.
That's insane.
Do you feel differently about Miguel now after this?
Yeah, I think he certainly sounds like more of a baby.
Okay, well then go get a tissue and cry in a corner. But I want to hear from the people. I can't believe that you're going to shift how you feel based on what he said the other day and this. But if you want to, go ahead. I think the reason to be upset, it's not only Miguel. Be upset that you're in this marriage with Miguel with the worst contract in baseball. I think you should be upset at the franchise. Be upset at the P. It's okay. I know Mr. I's gone, but it's okay to be upset at him for giving him this money. Like, Miguel did what any of us would have done. He took the money. I'm upset at the situation more than I'm upset at Miguel. I've never loved Miguel. I don't care about Miguel Cabrera. one way or the other. Whether he's great or terrible on the field, I don't care. You know, the act he puts on the field, goofing around with people and stuff, I don't find that amazingly charming, and I don't find some of the things he's done off the field charming either. He's a baseball player. I stick to the numbers. But if some of you love this man, I don't know. You tell me. Are you changing the way you feel now? 248-539-9797. We'll try to get to the people if they are awake. Next, listen.